What up, y'all? It's Wheat, what it do? Welcome back to the Wheat Field, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, welcome to you too. This is your girl, La T, here at Tears and Wheat Roll Show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. I feel like y'all can't see the table, so we need to turn this down just a little bit so that y'all can see. That's still a little bit crooked or something. I don't know. We ain't gonna fuss with it too much, beloved. We feeling a heavy message today. What up, y'all? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheat Field again. Welcome to you if you new. Hey, welcome to you too. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. My name is Lati. I am a spiritual reader, a channel messenger unto the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega. We are spiritual. We are not religious, yo. We are not religious, not at all. And we have a message that digs into it. We're going to be discussing some couple of points from this text is definitely related to theology, Christianity. So if you are not a person that can question theology, to think about it objectively, if you get, if it's sensitive for you, beloved, you might want to check out. You might not want to stay around for this message. Just giving a warning, trigger warning, right? It definitely could get thick, right? It's going to start slow like that old school Crisco, and we're going to get it out the can in the Alpha and Omega. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, trigger warning. We are not religious, we are spiritual, and we are going to jump into some things that Spirit has been working with us on. So if you are unable to question or if you are offended easily, this may not be your reading. Just fair warning. If you stick around, don't say I didn't put the warning out there. We have been getting these downloads, and little background, your girl is a student of theology. We love to read and see how the Most High God has spoken to creation and, across the globe in general. So whether it's Christianity, whether it's Hindu, whether it's Buddhism, whether it is Islam, whether it is various cultures in our motherland, Africa, we just go down the rabbit hole. We do. I think I have I don't even know how many spiritual texts. I think I got about maybe 20 Christian Bibles. I have something from everywhere. So studying consciousness, our connection, just kind of learning more about, us as individual fractals, pieces of the Most High, and digging into the things that, are dark psychology, things that seek to control us. And this time of year is always kind of like, a hard time because it's so much in terms of, how do I say it? I feel like I'm kind of trying to mince words as to not offend people, but it's like some people hold belief systems so tight that it actually works against us as creation coming together, you know what I mean? Like from a state of compassion and empathy and being in a true spirit of things, right? So it's a lot of it that's like a mixed bag, and for some reason the Spirit has been preparing this message, and today is the day they decided to bring it. So, if y'all in for a reading that's different, y'all know how we are. We're going to bring some text. We got some cards out. Because somebody is definitely born to stand out. That's what they gave me. Somebody is born to stand out. And I'm getting somebody that's more of like a spiritual messenger, right? And it may be something that you have a dream to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, live your dream. Like, the dream may be to bring, some sort of message. It could be of encouragement. It could be of healing. Because I was picking up the energy of somebody that has like a nursing type of spirit for those who are in battle or battling. And I'm getting spiritually, you know what I mean? Like within self, or just everything that's going on in the world and the environment in this day with so much confusion is what I'm getting, right? And it's almost like people have to contend with what you feel on the inside versus like expectations on the outside versus what you have been fed and programmed and indoctrinated into. Because it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's that whole thing. So, in our study, one of the things that we were always very, very, very inquisitive about, especially like with the messenger, right, was a couple of things. where did they go? What was their infancy and childhood like? Because they don't say, like in the Christian Bibles that we have, and we read through. Look, I'm telling y'all, okay, your girl's been down a rabbit hole, okay? So, but those are the things that we always wanted to know. And as we were researching and just really being studious and diligent about, learning more and uncovering the missing pieces, this is one of the texts that we came across. So not only we saw where they were from age 12 until they returned, but also studying on the infancy. And what I thought was interesting in this book, in which, some people kind of have a misconception, or it leads us to misconceptions, or trying to be something that we really can't be, is this picture of perfection, right? You know what I mean? Like, this individual was supposedly said to be sin free, or almost like a perfect person where they had never did any wrong. And I thought that that was very interesting, considering this person had an amazing gift. Again, like, if you can't question theology, please don't stay. It could possibly offend you. I mean, and I'm not here to make everybody comfortable. I'm here to say what the Spirit told me to say. So for somebody, you are born to stand out, and you have a gift. And I'm getting indoctrination for somebody is a hindrance. It's like almost you not being able to get over some sort of hurdle, or either having some sort of discord or wrestling in the spirit, because it's almost like in order to do or to have an impact or facilitate whatever it is that you're supposed to do, you may have a misconception of what this really is, right? And there is manipulation in terms of the telling of this person. When you study and you bring text, together and fill in the blanks, you get a very different understanding. So when we read about the first and second gospels of the infancy of this messenger, it says, as a child, when they were 5, they were playing in a ford of a mountain stream, and they collected the flowing waters into pools and made them clear immediately. And by a word alone, they made them obey them. And having made some of soft clay, when they fashioned out 12 sparrows. So basically they took clay and made 12 birds, 12 sparrows. And then it was on the Sabbath when they were doing this. They were playing and making birds out of clay, right? And it was on the Sabbath, and there were so many other children playing, and a certain Jew that was seeing what they were doing, playing on the Sabbath, went off immediately and got upset, because you're not supposed to be doing this on the Sabbath, right, the day of rest, and said to Joseph, behold, your son is at the stream, and he has taken clay and made 12 birds, and has profaned the Sabbath. And Joseph, coming to the place and seeing, cried out unto him, saying, wherefore dost thou on the Sabbath? Is it not lawful to do? And the messenger clapped his hands and cried out to the sparrows and said unto them, off you go. And the sparrows flew off crying. And the Jews seeing this, they were amazed, and they reported to the chief of men what the messenger had been doing. So according to I know I'm gonna lose a lot of people on this, y'all, I'm telling you, because it gets thick. The next story also talks about the messenger being young and cursing a kid. And when that child was cursed, then that child died. So it's I don't know why I feel so nervous, because we've given messages like this before, but I don't know who the message is for and why they need it, why we're being called to give it right now. So I'm trying to work out the emotion of like delivering it, because it definitely feels very heavy. So not only did they do work on the Sabbath, or make things that they weren't supposed to make as a child, but they also got upset at another child, and when they cursed that child died. Um, And then this one, another one. After he was again passing through the village, a boy ran up against him and struck him on the shoulder. And Jesus was angry and said to him, "Thou shalt not go by the way you came." And immediately he fell down dead. And some who saw what had taken place said, "Where did this child come from, begotten that every word is certainly accomplished?" So I'm getting the fact that it's so much that was stripped out of our text that we don't know. And it feels, not only did the spirit tell me that it's real. Hello, hey, hey, queen. But also we think about the story when the messenger was in maturity and he walked up to a fig tree that was not bearing fruit and he cursed it and the tree immediately withered up. So it always made me think about what happened when he was a child, and he would get angry, he would get upset, throw a toddler tantrum, like kids do. Like those words go out and they immediately have an effect, right? So it was given like, why did they cut so much of his childhood and his maturation out of the sacred text where we don't know about that? Would it then distort or just kind of it would no longer be significant that this person was perfect and that they were without so-called sin, right? That they had never did anything wrong. And one could say, well, they were not of spiritual maturity, so we wouldn't count that against them. And then, but it is those things of happenings when you are attempting to understand who you are and what you can do, and how they've taken this person and wrapped them in this light as if, um, I'm getting I'm hearing the word oxymoron, but what I'm feeling is something different. I'm feeling like something that you could never accomplish, something that you could never really reach, because we are taught that something is inherently wrong with us. Like we are born to sin and we have to be wiped clean, that we need to be saved in this sort of way. As if the same word or the same spirit that was operating in this message is not, in this messenger, is not still operating within us, is what I'm getting, right? And the spirit tells me that yes, the same spirit, the same intelligence, the same gifts that were bestowed upon this messenger are still alive. They still exist. And in this day and age, people are coming back into an awakening of those gifts. I'm getting Akashic inheritance and Akashic knowledge coming back. And so many people are going through very tough trials and tribulations, having such, heavy it's almost like having to be shocked awake, right? It's almost like being put through so much adversity that you have you have to respond in such a way that's almost like, I want to say primal, right? But it's like getting down to the true essence of who you are, and that instinct just kind of kicks in. It's almost like that survivor thing, right? Like almost being backed into a corner and you don't have any choice but to come out. And when you come out awakened, where you realize that you are so much more than what you originally thought you were or understood yourself to be. And I'm getting that the way that they stripped this doctrine, the way that they betrayed, or not, yeah, betrayed and portrayed this person, really doesn't do as much good as it could, in my opinion. What, that's what they're giving me as well. That it's like almost dumbing it down, because it's putting it on a level that many of us would not be able to reach. Right? We could never see ourselves in that light. It's almost like, this picture of perfection that really truly does not exist. And so Yeah, it could definitely be triggering. So if anybody is interested in reading this, um, it's an interesting read. Right, for me, it was one of those pieces that I definitely wanted to get to fill in the blanks because I always wondered how it went from the messenger being born to them being like, early childhood between the ages of like 10 and 12, where they had already had some knowledge and understanding, and then from 12 kind of disappearing and then returning with like the whole telling of John the Baptist and how he said he came back and all that stuff. So it was like, where are the missing pieces? Why do they not tell us like about the upbringing and the experiences? Why did this person not leave their own testimony? Like, why did they not write a book? Everything is told secondhand by other people. And so that for me always made me want to learn more, to get my hands on as much information as I could. So I could definitely see how it was dark psychology if they wouldn't tell us like, oh yeah, things happened when they were a kid. This messenger's word was so powerful, like when they spoke it out, those things happened. Like boom, just like that. Like, oh, just like they said, like walk up to a fig tree and curse it and it wither up. So just think about what happened when they were 4, you know what I mean, 5, and they say something to a child and then that child drops dead. Oops. Where it got to the point where the people in the village in which they lived at was like, Mary, Joseph, y'all got to do something about the messenger because he around here doing stuff and saying things and things are happening, right? We need y'all to send him somewhere to be taught, to get a hold of this gift. He needs to be, in tutelage or something like that. So yeah, he did go, right? Went off and studied and had to get a hold of the gift. But what was so intriguing is that he was so smart and having, you know, all of this knowledge, almost being like a protege, understanding that it would take years and years and years of study to get. It was like they were so shocked at how did he already know it. It got to the point where he was so, in depth and knowledgeable that they termed him a master. And I mean, like at a very, very young age. Which one? You want to read this part? Thank you. I gotta breathe, y'all, because it feels so heavy. I really, really have to read. I feel like it feels like so much confusion. Yeah, yeah. Why do I feel so confused? Please bring it into me in truth and clarity. Because it was something else that they were telling me to tell y'all. Okay. So another thing that they were giving me, we were listening to, I know this seems random, but Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. And so they just brought me to this right here that says the glass mirror. Yeah, I don't either, right? I think perfect is like imperfection is a part of being perfect. Like we're here to learn. And I think a part of this doctrine, kind of setting this person up on a pedestal, and not to say that they weren't in, extremely enlightened, right? A master messenger and having some sacred knowledge bestowed upon them that they were to teach and to give out to the masses, to return them to um, some of the old ways. It wasn't really anything new. And what they got out of India, what they brought back, was very, very old teachings, right? It wasn't anything new. And really, the message was is that the Most High is inside of us, is with each and every one of us, right? is leading me to, again, a deeper understanding of omnipotent and omnipresent, right? So it always really throws me off, or it did, when people would say, you know, like the Most High isn't in this, or it's not in that, or it's not here, or it's not there. And I always thought, well, how could it not be if it's everywhere, right? If on the one hand, they would tell us that the Most High God is omnipresent, but then it wouldn't go speak to these people, or that these people had to go through a certain pathway or a certain person. Like, this messenger never wrote any of that. They didn't write any of that. You got, I mean, you read the Gnostics and the Gnostic Gospels in the testimony of Mary, you will see a lot of discord in how the church was supposed to be carried forward. And the fact that it wasn't even essentially the church, right? Because he didn't send any messages through the church, right? It was always to the people and being engaged in messaging to the people, right? Recognizing us, the person, we, the individuals, are the body. We are the kingdom, not some brick and mortar building, right? That's not what it was. And when this person actually returned to India, because that's what this text says, that it wasn't even the same ending or the demise that we were taught. But it's like, okay, how were things supposed to go forward? And it was a very different agenda than what actually got pushed forward when they left, right? So you think about, what did Peter write, and the what did Paul write? All of these letters and all of these, letters to the Corinthians, letters to the Romans, all of these are letters and communications from other people to explain how we're supposed to react or how we're supposed to act. But how do we know all of that is true? Only way to know it is if you can mesh it up with other supporting doctrines or other supporting texts to say, yes, that lines up, that sounds like it's true. But how do you trust it fully? And that was just for us, so if it's triggering, I understand it. But how do you trust it when they take bits and pieces out of it, and you have to go search and find all of the other information? So if this person is truly exactly the way that they wrote it, where is his infancy? Where is the training, the learning, the teaching, the upbringing? Where is their own testimony? Why didn't they leave a written record, right? So all of that always made me question. I'm getting the glass mirror and seeing self. And when you can see self, it's like looking at a pixel of the Most High itself. Each of us in our own variety, our own individuality. We are, again, the body. Each of us, all of us. And so if we could kind of take out the mindset that we have to, you know, either wait for someone or be a certain type of way, like fit a certain type of mold in order to be saved, then it gives us the opportunity to truly experience self and to just be. And I'm getting, for the high is good, not like, just go off and do some random ish. I don't think that's what it is. But you know what I mean? It's like, I am getting balance. I'm getting up and down. I'm getting polarity, negative and positive. There is a balancing in all of things. But at the same time, to me, it does something to the mind to free your mind when you are not beholden to a certain set of rules that's not even giving you all of the information. So I don't know if that makes sense to somebody, because I feel like the person that needs this message is definitely somebody that's born to stand out. That's somebody that's different. I'm getting this messenger was different. They were somebody who was born to stand out. They definitely did not fit in to the doctrine of the time. They didn't. They were a rebel. They went against the grain. They were not a perfect person as the these false books like to tell us, right? Because they're not giving us all of the information. They had struggles, right? Um, One thing, I'll tell you this. One thing that always caught me, that always like made me question. First of all, I was like the one of the worst students in Sunday school. I was question everything. That's what they put in the title. Question all things. Trigger message. Question all things. Why? Because there's energies that seek to control us. They do. They want to bottleneck you or cornhole you to make you feel like it's not okay to be you. Somebody is born to stand out. Like they have an incredible gift and an incredible purpose, but you may be like, I'm getting held tightly or like almost boxed in by some sort of doctrine that tells you you can't do this or you can't do that, right? Or you have to be a certain kind of way, or it only looks a certain kind of way, right? That's what I'm getting. Like, it's something with the mind is what I'm getting. Like very trapped in the mind. The spirit gave me Nine of Wands. They told me a nurse, a healing energy. They said Nine of Wands. Somebody has like a battle tested warrior type of spirit. But I'm also seeing the Ten of Swords they gave me, saying that you either have been through a lot, and I picked up on betrayal, right? Being betrayed. But they also said the worst is over. I'm also getting the Three of Swords, like a lot of heartache, a lot of grief, but it's giving me the energy of going forward and healing. Like it's something that you need to, I'm seeing the word eat, like consume, and I'm getting different types of information because somebody may be getting just one set of information and it really may not be helping. It may leave you a little bit more confused than edified in the spirit so that you can be strong enough to bear the yoke that's on your shoulders, beloved. And that's why they had me start with this messenger who was somebody that was highly gifted. Yes, born with an incredible gift. I mean, a recollection of ancient knowledge. It was like almost like the doorway was already open and their eye was already open, both of them, right? Fourth eye awakening. And the power of the tongue being so strong that whatever they spoke, it happened. Like it just manifested just like that. So there is dark manipulation in terms of them telling us this person was perfect because they wasn't. And when we search out and seek diligently the information to fill in those pieces, then we can see, something that looks a little bit more like us, right? We can see ourselves in it. Not to say that you would just speak a word and a person would just fall out. I'm not getting that. But it is about how we do speak words and how we do call our life and we are able to manifest it. And I'm getting being responsible to be a steward over your word. Because when we speak out in chaos, then we see chaos. You can call out something in faith and then immediately fall back and say something that is against self, and you experience this back and forth. You could have gone through, so many battles, being a healer yourself, somebody that's very empathetic and somebody that's very compassionate, somebody that stands out and born to stand out. But you may have been through a lot of harsh things. I'm getting, but hard sword after sword after sword after sword, and I'm feeling at least 10 for somebody, so it could be more than that, but I'm getting the 10 of swords like the ultimate. And I'm seeing that, yeah, those heavy trials may be over, but somebody still feels it. I'm getting the Three of Swords, that grief. I'm picking up healing, but you may not be finding what you need to truly get over it. Right? It's definitely a lot that's still hanging around in the body, in the system. And so they gave me this text here: the body keeps score. I know that was a lot. It was a long way to get to where we got to. But at the end of the day, that's what they were saying. Y'all know how it goes. It's cold. It could start off like that old school Crisco. We got to get it out the can, right? And this is a heavy message, and I definitely feel it. And it says that the body is keeping score for somebody that definitely needs some deep healing. And I'm getting traumatic events, again, them 10 swords, beloved, trying to heal, but you still feel it. It could still be locked up in your body. It could be affecting your mindset. It could be affecting your behavior, your speech patterns, the way that you think about things, and what you're getting. I'm getting from whatever your spiritual support is, whether it's church, religion, something else that's a doctrine or a theology, just may not be giving you that enough strength to really get over the hump and really purge these things, because somebody is really born to stand out, and it's something that you are here to do. And I don't know if it's a dream or a goal or whatever your call that has been placed upon you. I'm getting is knocking and ticking, and the spirit wants you to really start to purge yourself, to heal yourself, to release, so that you can do what it is that they sent you to do. You could also be a reincarnate being. So I'm not for sure, what you did in your past life, but I am seeing a nurse, and I keep seeing a battlefield. So it's almost like, somebody could, be a nurse, or you could have like a nursing type of spirit, very healing spirit. And I'm picking up the Nine of Wands. It's giving me, like you've been through a lot of battles, a lot of hardships. So either people who have been struggling, you're going to help, or, you need to help that. See, I can't make it up. See, look what they just flipped to. See, new approaches to treatment. If you could be trying to get well, but it just may not be working. Yeah. If we understand that traumatized children and adults get stuck in fight or flight or in chronic shutdown, how do we help them deactivate these defensive maneuvers that once ensured their survival? Some gifted people who work with trauma survivors know how to do this intuitively. Steve Gross used to run the play program at the trauma center. Steve often walked with the clinic of brightly colored beach balls. When he saw angry or frozen children in the waiting room, he would flash them a big smile. The kids rarely responded, but then a little later he would return and accidentally drop his ball close to where the kid was sitting. As Steve leaned over to pick it up, he nudged it gently toward the kid, who'd usually give a half-hearted push in return. Gradually, Steve got a back and forth going, and before you long, you see smiles on both of their faces. I'm getting someone being able to engage you in a way where you may be reluctant to open up and even engage in play. But it's not just about play, it's about participation in something, like a sense of connectivity, and somebody kind of easing their way, in, and you kind of opening up a little bit to let them in. It's almost like enticing you to engage, because maybe, for some reason you're not opening up to either new types of treatment, or you need to try something that's going to have you open up. Yeah. So I'm getting one thing is certain: yelling at someone who is already out of control can only lead to further dysregulation. Just as your dog would cower if you shout and wag its tail when you speak in a high sing song, we humans respond to harsh voices with fear, anger, or shutdown. and to playful tones by opening up and relaxing. We simply cannot help but respond to these indicators of safety or danger. Yes, it's something about, getting into I'm hearing like the energy of whether it's safe or whether it's not safe, right? And it could be, I'm getting the energy that's coming into you. It could be from other people, right? See, whatever you went through, whoever this is for, right? Whatever you went through, I'm getting something very harsh and very traumatic. And I'm getting people saying, like, this is the way to heal you. Like, just this, just do this, or just be in this arena. But I don't think that that's enough for somebody. I just don't. I think it may even make you feel a kind of way, because it's like that which they're having us compare ourselves to is somebody that's perfect, right? And the things that may have happened to you, you may not even feel like you're in the arena to even measure up to that, to even connect to that in that kind of way where you can really feel like you can open up and share your heart. Or maybe you feel like you need to hold yourself up and be strong, and I can get through it. Or where you're really kind of covering it up and masking it instead of working through it, releasing it and healing it, is what I'm getting. Sadly, our educational system, as well as many of the methods that profess to treat trauma, tend to bypass this emotional engagement system and focus instead on recruiting the cognitive capacities of the mind. Yeah, it's giving me suck it up, buttercup type of energy, right? Like, you just tell yourself you got to suck it up, you got to get through it, you got to get through it, but without allowing yourself to really go through the process to heal it, and having somebody that's with you, connected to you, or engaged enough to really, I'm getting, it's almost like either turn something, I'm hearing turn something on so that they can get the flow out, they can extract it, almost like opening up a gauge or a spigot, kind of like opening up that flow so that your emotions can come out. Because I'm definitely getting somebody that's blocked. Despite documented efforts of anger, fear, and anxiety on the ability to reason, many programs continue to ignore the need to engage the safety system of the brain before trying to promote new ways of thinking. And that's another thing. Like, it's like that, it's something that they don't see, and it's something like, being, there's something that they don't see, and I'm getting that they don't hear. And it's something that you may have tried to express, but something that was like kind of pushed aside and almost dismissed or diminished, like, or even giving it the sweep up underneath the rug treatment, right? And it's like, no, you can't heal things by sweeping it underneath the rug, or just putting a salve or something over it to say, that's the healing, because it's not deep enough for somebody. It's not edifying, it's not strengthening, it's not giving you what you need in order to step into your fullness and be who you were destined to be, to live out this dream. Is that right? Yes. Thank you, because this is definitely heavy. I wasn't for sure when the spirit was gonna bring this message, because it's been sitting there and they've been having me read on it for a minute. So yeah, it says, in the stillness, you'll discover the secrets of the cosmos. The answers lie in the spaces between thoughts. So definitely wanting you to kind of get into that safe space. And that's what I was getting, out of the mind, right? Out of the thoughts, out of, everything that has been put on you from an indoctrination. We have to be strong, right? Just suck it up and you can get through it. Just pray your way through it. And sometimes that just does not is just not enough to unlock your heart and allow things to come out. It's almost a way of smushing it down where you are not, able to process the information. You're not able to process all of those swords. You're not able to purge the emotion of it. And so, with your heart and spirit in chaos, still trying to figure out how do I use this one thing, get more of this one thing, when that one thing just may not be enough. It may not be all that you need. You may need some alternative treatments in order to engage that safety mechanism so that you can really feel like, you can calm down, you can come out of survivorship, you can speak about it, you can receive, love and care and comforting and nurturing, and then be able to, give your heart out again, like to release what's really in it, because you may only be just talking about just a few things or barely skimming the surface is what I'm getting. It's so much heaviness that I feel in somebody's gut. But whoever you are, you have an amazing gift. You were born to stand out. You were not born to fit in. And I'm getting between your gift, being an oddity, being born to stand out in heavy betrayals and battles. Not only am I getting somebody that's very empathetic and somebody's very compassionate, and I'm getting if you were, kind of tamped down or dimmed so that you can either fit in or you can hide or even survive, protective mode is what I'm getting. It's almost maybe like you would not be proud of your individuality, like almost wanting to shrink so that, you're not hurt is what I'm getting. Not able to fully stand in your fullness and to be seen in your truth and your authenticity to live out your dream. And in this dream, I'm not just getting like your goals and aspirations, I'm getting why you came, what is your purpose. And for somebody, it's major. It's a very, very heavy, big purpose. And so they're saying almost like not only am I picking up meditation, am I picking up like alpha wave, meditation and healing. I'm picking up for somebody, it could be as simple as like hug therapy. It could be, massage therapy. It could be I'm definitely picking up a lot of therapy, but I'm getting something that's a little bit more unorthodox besides just sitting with somebody that you could talk to. Almost needing to be in a place where you really feel safe and you could get a sense of comfort and closeness. Even if you are in a place where, for some, it could be like a rage room where you need to go just like release all of this anger and pent up frustration. It could be sadness. It could be grief where you really need to get a good cry out, cry and scream and smash some shit and be in a place that's specific for that. I mean, almost to the point where you can just like go until you totally feel spent and then you pass out. Like just to really um get it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it's some like workshops where it's like people go in groups, but it's almost like a sort of therapy where people they get a chance to either scream it out, cry it out, and it's not new age, but it's kind of like a return of old therapies where people can really open up, and open up their heart chakra and release the energy. I don't know how else to say it. It's so much that I'm feeling right now. And I'm definitely getting like being in the still within yourself, like being able to go so deep where you can pull up all of that trauma that's held in your body. And I'm seeing like you can get the key to unlocking yourself so that you can become mentally free, that you can free your mind and you can kind of calm down your thoughts. I'm getting so that you can really see answers. You can find solutions. You can find different pathways so that not only you can release what happened to you, traumas, you can stand in your truth and you can get to your purpose. This is 101 Principles of Ma'at that we were reading on. Ancient wisdom for a life of balance and harmony. And a good thing that I like about this book is that not only does it talk about, 10 of the commandments that were placed here, because those 10 came from the principles of Ma'at. So we were able to get, this and have so much more, beloved. Yeah, life challenges are opportunities for transformation. Embrace them as a stepping stone to growth. And I'm getting that growth is kind of hindered because, I'm hearing being stuck in survivor mode, like unable to come out of it because so much has happened. I'm getting that the body is keeping score for somebody, right? The body is keeping score. I'm feeling, so much that's associated with trauma. I'm getting, the trigger response. I'm getting, even for some, the inability to accept, affection because it's like, what is it coming with? Somebody has a motive behind it, like it's filled with deception, right? I'm getting, negative thoughts, overthinking, right? Always in the mind, always analyzing. I'm getting, for some, migraines, right? I'm getting stomach and gut issues, right? I'm getting immune system issues and diseases that are triggered because you are always in fight or flight, beloved. Like, the brain has kind of like gone I'm hearing like frazzled, like the electrical system in your body is just off the charts where it's always firing, those signals that you're in danger, like that Nine of Wands, always being on the alert type of energy because so many things have happened. So if you're interested, this is another one we got off of Amazon. Beloved, the Spirit led us to this. So, thank you guys so much. We are like 46 minutes in and we haven't pulled but 2 cards that they already gave us. So we appreciate you guys for sticking around. Those who have, I told you it's a trigger warning. We started with something that could be controversial, right? Questioning and thinking about, theologies and how these books are written, the text. A lot of it is for control mechanism and it has some dark psychology in it, right? So, one of the things, again, for us was always to question. Like I said earlier, we were look at that. Look. It is our thing. Like, we question everything. We live in a matrix, right? So if they tell us bits and pieces, I want to know where it was at. And I did it because when I read the passage, for us to seek diligently, for us, that doesn't mean in just one spot. So it means to really look and to seek. And one book led to another book, which led to another book. And we always question, like, where's the information? Where's the Book of Wars? Where is the book, the Kings of Jubilee? Like, you know what I mean? It was so many questions that we had, and like, why they didn't tell us. I mean, yeah. So again, I was picking up that somebody may have an issue with opening up to receive, whether it's receiving affection, somebody coming to you and they want to share with you, they want to give you something, or like even if it's a love offer, like a crushing on you or something like that, it's like, what's the motive? It's something deceptive. always being on guard, right? And when we sit in a place of being on guard and very defensive, it even makes it difficult for the universe to deliver what we are asking for. So whether this is the dream that you see, but I'm not getting that, I'm getting your purpose, right? What you are supposed to bring through in this 3D. You're somebody that was born to stand out, and you have a specific gift. But you've been through so much that receiving is definitely a thing for you, beloved. And the spirit is wanting you to open up. But the mechanisms that you have to heal right now may not be enough. So you may need to seek out alternative treatments. Something that's a little bit different, this one, yes. See, family and foundation, right? Whatever this is, it goes back to family and foundation, right? And I'm picking up on security. So as a child, with things happening, and it could be triggering because I'm picking up on some very deep family secrets. It could even go down into like incest, you know, um, having some very traumatic experiences as a young child. I am picking up inappropriate sexual touch, so I apologize if this is triggering for somebody. It could have been something that was dismissed or swept up underneath the rug, right? It could have been something that, depending on the family, it wasn't like maybe divorce wasn't going to happen. Maybe they weren't going to break up. Maybe we just need to go to, I'm here in the house of the Lord or to church and just pray, work with the pastor and, you know what I mean, and kind of pray this thing away. But that may not have worked. It may not have helped you. Yeah. We do see fulfillment and we see structure here. But there's definitely something going on with somebody's inner child. I'm definitely getting inner child healing, and I'm seeing disharmony. Trust is in reverse. Jupiter is also in reverse. See, action is in reverse. I'm getting that something didn't happen. Like there was no real action taken so that you could feel safe or that you knew you were safe. Like you did not trust that you would be safe, that everything would be worked out. I'm getting definitely disharmony, conflicts, right? Very, very, and even for somebody, it could have been very harsh communication, right? I see higher self is here coming into activation. And look, it could be definitely affecting somebody's self worth. You know what I mean? Healing, unworthiness, healing, expectations and values, right? I'm seeing North Node coming, to a place where you are ascending and moving forward, really doing what you came here for, living up to your destiny, right? Finding your path, moving through karmic challenges and getting to the reward, right? Definitely self-worth is here right on the top. And that's why I think that's why they kind of gave me, that to say that messenger wasn't, perfect. They were not spotless the way that, that theology teaches. We see watching. So I don't know if you feel like somebody's spying on you, or if you went through something. It could be a fear. It could be an illusion, right? Maybe never feeling safe, right? Like somebody's always watching, somebody's always looking, or or maybe you are always watching. Maybe you are always looking out for danger because of the illusions, things that you weren't able to work through because of some sort of trauma. And what you have been given to help you may not make you feel like you're worthy, like you're enough, or that you can ever, be made clean, or, I don't know. It's something with healing that. And I'm thinking it's almost like being given a picture of something that you could never live up to. Expression. Truth. A new perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty, and communication. I'm definitely getting, even in that arena, you weren't even able to speak the truth. No, because I think sometimes things are just hush hush, right? So trust is in reverse because somebody didn't take action. So I'm getting somebody really struggling with inner child issues and a feeling of worthiness because of whatever went on in this family, right? The ability to receive love, to receive comfort, to receive closeness, to receive intimacy. Because if somebody gets close to you, then you find that they are usually deceiving you. It's a lot of, I'm getting those 10 swords, right? Like a lot of betrayal and being defensive, like having gone through a lot of battles and trying to figure out even how to nurse even yourself back to health, right? Definitely getting that. I'm getting structure, a new foundation, wanting to build a foundation, and that would be your wish come true, fulfillment. Something with nostalgia and memories. I do feel memories, but they are triggering. They are not good memories, right? Memories of the past, and I'm getting trauma. For somebody, it could represent itself as like complex post-traumatic stress disorder, where it's not just one event or one thing, but it could be multiple things. It could be, again, various different types of abuse in childhood. It could be your voice being diminished, where you don't feel like you can say so, or maybe the family is keeping secrets. You know what I mean? It's being put underneath a doctrine where either you don't say anything or things are just, not that it's forgiven, but the way that they work through it, it almost feels like it because no action was taken. So you didn't trust that anything was going to, keep you safe. There's no sense of safety. You only feel this disharmony and being triggered, conflict. I'm seeing anger, fear, frustration, right? See the moon. I am getting intuition, but I'm also getting subconscious emotion. See fear, and that's what we were just saying. We were picking up fear, anger. Get always an alert for deceit, right? See things are not what they appear. But I'm getting your wish fulfillment is to have structure, right? For things to be balanced, to have a strong foundation where you feel safe, right? Where things are steady, it's consistent, right? You know what it is. Because again, I'm getting disharmony. Things could have been very chaotic, chaos. It's not my fault. I'm a magnet for trouble. Chaos follows me wherever I go. Somebody may feel like that. Like even the things from childhood and the family, you may have felt like it was your fault, right? Like somebody may have made you feel like it was your fault. Thank you guys so much for being here. See, I'm getting the fact that you need somebody to talk to vent, to get this off my chest, right? And somebody that you know that can support you, to elevate you. But how can they get through if a person can't get close to you, right? That's what I'm getting, right? And I'm getting, I do see desperate. So it could be a very, dire situation for somebody. Like you may not realize how much you're really going through, and for somebody maybe you do. We see debt is here. We do see, and I'm not just getting like family, like money, but it's giving me family debt. It's giving me karma, right? Karma. In the family, it could be that, somebody couldn't afford to leave because, they wouldn't have ability to care for the family. Yeah, we see artists is here. A true artist lives their art. Let your life be your canvas and you will create your greatest masterpiece. I'm feeling like your life and your life story is definitely a message that people, you want this one too, will definitely be able to not only learn from you, but I'm getting healed through you as well. Because again, I'm picking up on that nursing energy. It's something about you that's healing, right? And I'm getting as much as you've been through and your ability to heal self, like to find all these different alternative methods and treatments that may seem unorthodox or radical to some people, but it's really not. They are, age old techniques that help release trauma from the body to allow you to open yourself up, to turn the dial to safety so that you can open up, you can vent, you can purge, right? You can release yourself, unlock you, find the answers, and live. I'm getting not only live your dream, but live your purpose, live in your dharma, beloved. Yeah, there's a trick. I have ill intentions and I may be planning on deceiving you. Again, that's another one for deceit. Like feeling like the things that are going to come into you are ill advised, that they are deceitful. I'm also getting like that picture of perfection. We are not perfect, right? And we are not automatically just born to sin. There's a balance, right? There is, and everything is. I'm getting just balance. We get to choose. We get to choose to rise to our highest self. There's great news. I have something amazing to tell you. That's at the end. You want this? An apology. Yeah, somebody's definitely still not over what happened. And I would appreciate an apology from somebody that owes you a debt. You know what I mean? This person may definitely owe you a very heavy and significant debt. You want this? Yeah, check in. Yeah. I want to catch up and make sure everything is going well. Is somebody going to call the week? No. Will the week call them? No. Who's checking in? Is it somebody else? Yes. Yeah, somebody else may be reaching out to you just to check on you. I don't feel like this is person that's checking in is the person that owes you an apology. I don't. I feel like somebody does though. And I'm getting somebody in your family. But even still, I'm getting for some reason that it would be hard to receive because of the thought process that somebody is coming to deceive you. Somebody has a niche. See your unique experiences. With your unique experiences and fresh perspectives, you would do very well in specializing in a niche. And I'm getting your niche being something that has to do with either healing testimony or testimony to me is more like speakership, but I'm getting something with healing. And it could have something to do with trauma. You want both of them? You want this? You want this? This one. Okay. Schedule is here. Most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. And I was getting, again, that stuck energy. Like if you are stuck in survivor mode, you may not even feel like you have the energy to put into your purpose and what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You may not even feel worthy of it for somebody. Like, who am I to do this when I don't even compare to this person that they said was, a healer, somebody who was, to bring these types of messages to help people in a certain kind of way, right? It's something about that. And I'm definitely picking up secrets. It's definitely secrets in the family is what I'm getting. Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, it's something about discovery, and I see promotion. Where is this? Yeah. It's something about your niche and your unique gifts and abilities, right? And I'm getting a very, very strong tongue, or the power of life and death, the power to manifest. Just somebody's throat chakra is powerful, and that's why they was taking me to that text. Like, as this youngster, this person, this messenger, when they spoke out something, even if they were angry, they were upset, things happened, right? So I don't know. Maybe in somebody's childhood, in their past, you could have said something, and you may have saw the fruits of it. Right? It may have even stuck with you in some sort of way. For you, it could have been traumatic. You may have, been able to say things, and all of a sudden that shit happened. I don't know why I'm hearing like a whole something like, you know, like, I hope Uncle Johnny doesn't come, or we don't, something like that, and then this person don't fucking make it. I don't know. I don't know. You don't want that one. Which one? Yes. Growth. Growth is here. See, I see something inside of you, and I admire you, and I would like to learn from you. It's something about your gift and your niche that is being pushed forward. It's something that you are discovering. Yeah, and it's definitely got something to do with the past, right? I still haven't got over what occurred in the past. We see reckless energy. We see brag, loss, something with being uninterested. I prefer to keep my focus on my own life right now. I'm seeing entrepreneurs, so maybe somebody may have a hard time with, you know, I don't know if it's regular employment, or maybe you're called to entrepreneurship, and self worth may be stopping you from doing this thing, because maybe you just don't believe enough in you to do it. Definitely getting a lot, off of your energy. Secrets in the family, trauma, traumatic events that's still living in the body. Somebody may be called to do something very particular that has something to do with healing, but first needing healing for self. Again, they gave me nurse energy, somebody that's a healer. They gave me Nine of Wands, having been through a lot of battles, or some sort of warrior, or healing people who are also in some sort of battle. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords, having gone through the most. I mean, like, a lot. But maybe the worst is over, right? I'm seeing the Three Swords. Again, I'm getting grief, but I'm getting trying to heal around the swords, right? Where, not having pulled them out, not really being able to speak your truth, things being swept up underneath the rug. It's like, just kind of pick up and keep on going. And I'm getting the background of the doctrine, right? Behind it, almost supporting these things being held in secret, no accountability, no action being taken, really. And almost like, you're just left to kind of deal with it and grow through it. And as an adult, you may still be doing all the things that you know to do, right? From your past, but I'm getting maybe you need something new to come into you. And if there are people who are coming to check in, to help in any kind of way, you may not receive it or be open to it, because you think it's another trick, it's another illusion, it's deceitful. What are you planning against me? But I'm getting the end result, and what you really want is a fulfillment of your dharma, your purpose, your wishes, right? Your heart's desires, to have a solid, steady foundation that's balanced, right? And, maybe even being able to tell other people. I see that down the line with this great news. I have something amazing to tell you. Or maybe the Spirit is just coming to tell you something now, that there's another way, that there are alternate ways to getting to where you need to be, so that you can really live out your dharma. You can fulfill your purpose. That's what I'm getting. Anything else? Yes. Very heavy message. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I appreciate you. Whew. I pray that it's resonating. I pray that the message finds you, that the Most High God magnetizes you to this space, that you guys meet at the time that is optimal for your highest good, beloved. This one. Yeah, be true to who you are is here. Be true to who you are. Again, fear. Fear. No fear. Fear will not stop you from shining. I'm definitely getting somebody that has a niche, but still battling in the sense of survivability. Not feeling safe. Unable to really receive. Right. This one. Yes. Practice freedom. See, not feeling safe. So I was getting closed up, right? Release the weight of judgment. And I'm getting self-judgment. And even, if it's judgment on family, I'm really not getting that. It's all I'm getting somebody who has taken the weight and the onus and the responsibility onto self. You know what I mean? Like you're holding it. I'm getting you being able to release it so that you could fly, beloved. I'm getting to be able to rise above it, to soar. And it's also like it helps us release judgment off of ourselves when we realize that we don't have to reach this proposed state of perfection. Right? We're learning. Spend time in nature, get grounded. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. I'm hearing lie down beside the still waters and restore my soul. Like the Nine of Wands talks about stand, 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 stand. Like you could stand, just do stand, just stand, just stand. Sometimes you might need to just lay down and beside the still waters and be restored, to be refreshed, to be comforted, to be nurtured, beloved. It's time to celebrate, cultivate an air of celebration today. For some reason, I'm hearing Celebration Day. Celebration Day. Maybe that's the good news. Maybe the good news is this message. So when you receive it, whoever is receiving it, today could be a good news day. That you don't have to continue to go about the old way or that way or any particular way. That there are multiple ways. There are other ways. Yeah, to be able to let things go. And lo and behold, this person is lying down. And they not by the water, but they damn sure lying down. To be able to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. We see to be able to accept what it is. The act of acceptance will bring you peace. But I'm also getting being able to speak your truth, right? To help others will help you move forward, right? Not all responsibilities are ours to hold. It's something about responsibilities, right? There were other people who were responsible for taking care of you, for making sure that you were safe. It wasn't your responsibility to do that as a child. And some things that may have happened to you for the person that I'm talking to and what I'm getting, that, it shouldn't have never happened. But it could have been something that, had been happening, a dirty little secret, a family secret, something that is definitely karmic and it has debt associated with it. And I'm getting somebody is holding that, like you feel like you was left holding the bag. That's no. For you to be able to get this out and to heal your inner child so that you can step into your fullness, into your dharma. Go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. And we already saw that. Healing. See, wounding, coping mechanisms, learned behavior, self-discovery. How did you learn how to survive, beloved? And are you still in survivor mode? Being in survivor mode, in fight or flight all the time, it wreaks havoc on the body and on the mind. Anything else in here? Spirit say no. Yeah, let go of the past. Again, let it go. But how do you do that? It's alternative methods is what they're giving me. What else? This one. We're getting into some activations. Somebody had a very trying life in general, is what I'm getting. I'm seeing compassion is here. Very traumatic experiences. And I don't know, I'm starting to feel sick in the stomach, like nausea. So it could definitely be something going on. I'm getting solar plexus chakra. Yeah. See, an intuitive, third eye. Very intuitive. See. Intuition. Definitely getting intuition. And I'm getting almost like the body and the mind like working overtime in terms of survivability, like trying to keep yourself safe, like you've taken on that responsibility because it may not have been people in your life that were really doing that, making a sacrifice to keep you safe. It could have affected other siblings as well, right? This family dynamic, right? And it's giving me, you know, I'm picking up, not only do you have the ability to see, I'm getting a visor, right? Somebody that could see. But it's something about a mask or a veil over, or like seeing through a lens of pain, where maybe even what you feel a connection to, you may even question it or over analyze what you're seeing because there is an expectation of deceit and you're afraid of it. See, we're getting changed. Things need to be changed so that you can step into empowerment, right? Because your legacy is calling, your destiny is calling, right? It says, the frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, right? Both inward and outward, and we definitely got go inward. It's time to connect with your inner child, to go inside, and so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Releasing the old and birthing new. Hopefully y'all can see that. And I'm getting you coming. See, look, I told you I felt solar plexus. It was right up underneath that. Starting to feel sick, right? And I'm getting the 3 that's on solar plexus, right? And that's giving me that grief, the 3 of Swords. And it's something that needs to be communicated. It's something that needs to be said with that vent card that's down there. Like not being able to really say it, or when you did say it, maybe they didn't. If they believed you, they kind of, it's definitely giving sweeping shit up underneath the rug energy. I'm sorry, it's just making, I don't know whose spirit team is here, but they are definitely upset. They said it's time to pay this debt. It's somebody in your family that's required to pay this debt. I can never make it up. It's somebody in your family that's required to pay this debt, and it's something about the secret and things not being aired out, like being brushed up underneath the rug, and somebody's spirit team is pissed about it. I'm getting they are trying to free your heart to unlock you because it's something in your family lineage that your ancestors or spirit team say. I don't know if you are going to break it, if you are going to, I'm getting curse breaker, right? I'm getting your niche. Like you're the one called to break this illusion, to not only you breaking free, but you breaking free will help other people break free. I'm getting changing it. Like this three solar plexus, I'm getting this green things to be transmuted and changed. You stepping into your personal power, willpower, knowing who you are and what your contribution is. It is a part of calling in this debt, beloved, to change things, to change it. That is a part of your niche. That is what they are giving me. Anything else in here? Yes. This one. Yeah, that's why you came back. That's why you were here. That's why you were here. And again, I was getting like an incarnate spirit. So you could be, I don't know if it's somebody from back down your lineage or whatever, but you are here to change something. Like this is a trip back to earth to change something, beloved. This one. Yeah, synergy. It could be trying to get things together, get things in line, but it says acceptance of the not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, thinking, working, relating, loving, and being, right? It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar. Somebody that was born to stand out, telling us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new, exciting co creations can give birth to a new reality. Definitely birthing a new reality, right? And again, acceptance of the not so obvious. And we saw acceptance come out, right? Like, look, empowerment, being empowered. It was something right here. Which one? This one. Magic. See, you got it's magic in you that they will say you can't use. You can't do that. But that's not true, beloved. It's not. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation, our our belief in their manifestation. And I'm getting like somebody's ability is very, very strong. Like what you say, it happens. Like you can speak out a word, and before you know it, you are seeing that thing. Especially if you are focused and you don't move, you don't change your mind. Like your mind is set on that thing, you will see it. It's gonna happen, and for somebody, it happens quickly. Like it don't take a long time. They giving me this 30-day challenge. Like I'm getting somebody that could do that and just be on that thing, and with 30 days or so around that, you're gonna see exactly what it is that you focused on, what you keep speaking out, what you keep speaking on. You do it. It comes into you, beloved. Universal love is here. 4-4. This is the second time I saw this card. It says the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. And it's giving me the whole of existence itself. See, alchemy. Definitely somebody that can change things. You can look at something and make it what you want it to be. Divine masculine energy is here. Doesn't mean that you are a masculine, but it is a masculine that affected you, because I'm hearing, not only do I hear in reverse, I don't hear that they were operating for the highest good. I'm hearing selfish, I'm hearing perverted. So somebody could have definitely been affected by a a very significant masculine in their life. It could have been a father figure. Anything else in here, Spirit say? No, I'm hearing wisdom. Okay, because you didn't want me to do that. Thank you. After this is it, and then we're gonna wrap up. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because it's definitely a heavy message, and I feel my energy. Yeah. So something definitely needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, see, it's time. See, that's what they were saying. It's time. It's time for this to be called in. I'm getting the 3. That grief, this debt, the hurt, whatever was caused by this person, it's time for them to pay up. It's time for them to pay this debt. Yeah, bringing in peace. Like peace for you. I'm getting, after all the challenges, I'm getting 23. I'm getting the energy of change, beloved. Yeah, all that glitters is in gold. It's not. And I'm getting, like, you learned that. Like, it's been so many things that have happened to you. It may feel like a never ending story. 3 and 7 is 10, breaking down to those 10 of swords. Like, things just keep happening and happening and happening. But I'm getting that the worst is over, and you are healing, but still needing to pull things out so that you can properly heal without, like, the hesitation and thinking that everything that's coming towards you is a threat. Yeah, poise. I'm getting poised for success. I'm getting 4 and 8 breaks down to 12, which is 3. The hard things you went through. I'm getting the grief building your pedestal. I'm getting 1 and 12 breaking down to 3 on this change card. Again, I'm getting 3 of Pentacles. I'm seeing your talent, your skills, and abilities. That there's something for you to do. Working with the Alpha and Omega, that which called and sent you, right? And it is to help collect this debt or affect it, whether it's a cycle that was in the family secrets, things that kept getting brushed up underneath the rug, beloved. It's something that you're supposed to communicate, to speak on it, to say it, to let it out, so that you can help fix it, mending it, healing, bringing things together. I'm also getting you healing and bringing things together will definitely help you step up on this pedestal so that you can fulfill your dharma. Which one? This one? Yeah. And it's a decision to make. Fork in a road. Which way to go? How do you reach this stability? 13, endings. How do you end the pain? How do you transition? Right? Ending of the past, letting it go and moving towards the future. Right? Because it's going to be so much different, more than you could imagine. Right? Believe in this magic. All that is required is belief in their manifestation. Can you believe? It's something about the spirit being grander than what you believe or what you were taught. Co-creation. I'm getting you are a co-creator. Again, working with the Most High God, there's something that was placed in you. I'm picking up on this egg. I'm getting fertility. I'm getting possibilities and potentiality. It's something with the owl that speaks to wisdom. And I'm getting the way when you speak these possibilities out, that like your mindset being focused, that they happen with speed. Like it comes quickly. That cheetah plus the wisdom of the owl is giving me infinite possibilities. And they happen. 4 again is giving me stability, structure, right? It's definitely giving me stability, a foundation. Yeah, regeneration. I'm getting regenerated, I'm getting reincarnated, but I'm getting rebuilding after things have been burned down, like the worst is over. Right? It's giving me, yeah, things definitely were horrible before, but with that divine flow, it's giving me, things starting to grow, to flower, like being able to receive that nourishment so that you can grow, you can flower. And we saw growth down here. Yeah, see growth. There is something. I am so appreciative of everybody who stayed, right? Because I know this message started choppy. If y'all saw it from the beginning, beloved, yes, it was thick. But, you know, sometimes the spirit, it weighs so heavy that it's hard for me to kind of get it all out. And I don't know what that energy was. It could be your energy. It could have been energy of the collective that I was feeling. But it was definitely a lot. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you. I do. Something here is unfinished. It's something that's not finished that needs to be finished. And I'm getting 10, right? Like the worst is over. You're healing, but there's something that's yet to be finished. Something that needs to be done, which is why you're here, beloved. Definitely to give out your gift, but about receiving, because receiving is down here underneath this family secret. It's the ability to receive. I'll move that. Thank you. See the ability to receive. So people may want to come and help and support in healing, right? But if you are unable to accept the exchange because you don't know what this energy is giving you, what is their motive? Again, I'm picking up almost like that box, and I was getting like somebody being closed up, like held within. But I'm getting that it's time for you to come out. I'm hearing you got work to do. You got a job to do. And it involves mending, healing. Not only of yourself, but could be something in your lineage, in the family. I keep hearing it, a dirty little secret. This one. This. Yeah, it's your fate. It is your fate to help heal this secret, this debt that needs to be paid. It's a debt. Yeah, and that's time. Not only time for you to move forward, time for you to go and do what it is that you need to do. And I'm getting it's going to first start with you. That's the truth. It's going to first start with you. Strengthen me. Whoever you are, you definitely got somebody watching over you. That's what they told me when I saw this observer card. They said that they are watching you. And it's also like I'm getting the energy of why. There's something with the question of why, and it could even be like, why me type of energy. It's something with this great news. I don't know if they're saying that this news, the message, a part of it is the news, your fate, and understanding what it is, that you are a part of bringing out this secret of healing it, mending it. Maybe that's so that the debt can be paid and no other people experience what you went through. You saying it. Yeah. And I'm getting that they will be with you to strengthen you, empower you, that you have so much based on life experience and everything that you went through. Let it empower you, right? We can take one of two directions. It could always be that we can fall into it and let it drag us down and we can stay there in that energy, or we can use it, we can again alchemize it, we can change it, right? We could use it as fuel to strengthen us, to show us, what we're made of, like that willpower, that strength. But it's not just like suck it up, buttercup energy. I'm getting, your vulnerability is strength. The ability to air it out, to face it, to speak truth to power, beloved. And you doing that will be a catalyst in calling in this debt. Because somebody owes it. I'm getting they owe you and they owe others, beloved. And I'm getting time. Time to pay up is what they said. So that's what we got. You did call. They called out these other ones, but the message I'm talking about, y'all, definitely shadow work. Sacred Soul is here in the messages from the Cosmic Oracle. I shall not faint. I shall not fail. Stop caring about what they think. This is your life to live, right? So definitely getting that for somebody. If you are carrying, and stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. And they gave us that. You can't carry everything. Some of these are just not your responsibility. That's what they said. Trying to carry everything on your shoulders. For somebody, you could have took the brunt of some things, right? You could have tried to be a protector to others. I'm not for sure. But I'm definitely getting somebody carrying the feeling like it was your responsibility, or taking ownership over something that somebody was supposed to protect you. They were supposed to protect you, but for some reason you came out shouldering the responsibility. Closed-minded is here. There's definitely a person that owes that debt that's closed-minded. And we also seeing openness and receptivity, right? Unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas, being more open, right? And it could have been a family thing, right? Like where if this is the way we handle it and this is the way we deal with things, and that's just it. And they may have taught you that type of discipline, that type of mindset. And so you may be feeling like this is the way we deal with things and this is just it. But for somebody, it's not working. It's not enough. And the Spirit said that there are alternatives. Yes. See, and I'm getting somebody carrying a lot. Definitely carrying a lot. Have courage to move forward. And we picked up on fear. And we said vulnerability is one of your strengths. It will help you grow. Stop caring about what other people think. And you're here to bring a positive change. And we definitely spoke on change. To bring for positive changes. Was there something else in here? Yes. Because I felt like you did not want me to put that away. This? Yes. Mental contest. See? Strength isn't from winning. Struggles define strength. Control, power, repress. It's some things that are definitely repressed. And I'm getting the fact that the body, again, keeps score. Right? That was the book. How does it affect your mind and your body? That trauma. Right? How does it affect your mindset? Thinking that everything that comes to you is, a setup. It's deceit. It's an illusion. You are unable to receive because of fear of what may happen to you. This one, yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm trying to feel because it's definitely heavy. This one, help me, thank you. Ooh, stay present. That's where everything happens. To be present now, to be able to let go of the past and to accept it. But it's going to take a lot of work for somebody to even, feel safe enough to start to do that, to open up your heart, to let these feelings out. All of them, even the ones that scare you, right? Opening your heart, not just a little, but all the way so that you can let love flow in. Receptivity, openness. Anything else in here? No, this one. Whew, I feel like we get into it. I'm seeing escapism. Escapism is here. And we see stay present, detaching from daily struggles and relax, but don't use it as a form of avoidance. Staying present, self-doubt, right? That goes right along with that worthiness, self-worth, right? It's often just perception and not a reflection of your true abilities and your true worth. Definitely getting that. I'm seeing resentment, right? And it could be for somebody that's stubborn, right? There's something that was going on in the family. You may be resistant to, just things in general because, not being able to receive. We see indecisive. That's that fork in the road again. Indecisive. Fear of making the wrong choice. But learning to trust your instincts bring clarity. And we have trust here in reverse. Unable to trust. Being able to trust your instincts. And I'm getting, again, it's all the way back to childhood because people who you were supposed to be able to trust, you couldn't. People who were supposed to take action didn't. They may have even shifted blame, right, off of somebody who very well knew better and may needed some other type of alternative treatment so that they don't harm children in this way, right? Instead of them having to face any sense of shame or guilt, it was dismissed. It was swept up underneath the rug. The blame shifted onto the innocent, and now you are carrying it. Arrogance is here. This person very arrogant. Inability to see their own flaws. Again, closed-minded. Look what they picked. Closed-minded. Second deck. So maybe that's why the Spirit brought us to theology and just tried to, touch on that. Because sometimes people feel like that's just it. That's just the only way to go, beloved. And that's just not true. We are creation, we are whole, we are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. The Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, right, is omnipresent. And if it be omnipresent, then it has spoke to creation throughout time in its own way, right? So whether they be people in the Himalayas, whether they be people in the rainforest, whether they're indigenous aboriginals, whether they're us here in Western, culture. It's all about how people pass down these doctrines. How are they comprised? How are they You know, how is a written record given forth? Who composed it? And is there the possibility that there's dark psychology? Can we open up to that? And I'm getting somebody's clamped down like a vice trap, like a vice grip bear trap. Like, absolutely no. There's no questioning it. And Spirit said, question, to seek and to be diligent. There is no such thing as, I'm getting perfectly perfect or without blemish, is what I'm getting. Like, every one of us has something. Our imperfections make us perfect. Even creation itself has positive and negative. It is polarity. It is the dual nature. It is the balancing, right? And it is present everywhere and in everything. So to think that there's any being that does not have polarity, that does not have an up and down, that does not have, you know, that a sense of imperfection or perfection without blemish, question it. Question it. See, addiction. For somebody, their theology is the addiction. Their doctrine is the addiction. So much so, again, it's manipulative. It is manipulative. And you cannot tell a person about what it is that they believe. You just can't. That's not my position. It's not. The Most High God says question. When you question and you study, then you will see for yourself and you can pass your own judgment. You can use your own discernment. Don't run from difficult emotions. Sit with them and allow them to shift. It may be difficult to think about things in a different way, to step out and study and can accept that, yeah, people will fucking lie and manipulate and do some very deceitful shit, all for the sake of control. A lot of these, you know, institutions, they cover up shit and make excuses. The Spirit said, don't be stuck thinking that you have to be absolutely perfect. You can never aspire to that because nature in its state has duality. It's ups and downs. It's polarity. There's always going to be a dark to the light. The light shines in the dark. It comes out of the dark. Visible light is a spectrum on the scale, and it's dark on both sides of it. For every ocean, there's a volcano. There's storms. There's going to be growth. It's going to be tower moments and growth cycles. It's always the ups and downs. But when people are deceiving and they are manipulative and they are abusive and they are harmful and they are continuing to manipulate and to cause trauma, that debt has to be paid. And you are, for somebody, you are the one to say it, to speak it, so that the debt can be paid, beloved. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Tears and We Twirl show, where you show enough never know what you're going to get. You just never know, beloved. And anything that we bring, we try to give you the text that we are pulling from, that we are led to use, so that you can do the research for yourself. You can place your own discernment, right? Because oftentimes we err just because out of a lack of awareness. We just don't know, right? So if we are able to stand in the present, to be here now, which is what it is, balance, right? To be here now, we can search. We can diligently look. We can look within to see self, right? Again, I just gave an analogy about the body. We are the body, right? We are pixels and pieces. And if you could look within, then you can understand what's going on the outside. Some people are designed, and I'm going to say this, and it is pun intended. It is pun intended. Some people are designed to be a piece of shit. It is. It really is. And some people are designed to channel shit. to funnel shit. Like I'm not joking. You think about your small, large intestines, what your colon do. They channel shit, beloved. But then you think about what does the heart do? What does the liver do? Over 500 functions does your liver do? Something that you can't live without, beloved. So a lot of us are multi-purpose and multifaceted. You are here to do a couple of things, beloved. And I'm getting like either what your liver does. What does the pancreas do? You know what I mean? When we talk about, removing toxins from the body so that they can be channeled out because they behave like a piece of shit. I'm just saying, think about it. Because somebody got some serious fucking debt and it's been racked up, and the spirit said, you coming, or they coming to make sure that they pay it. I gotta go because this was heavy. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I do. I love you so much, just like I love me. I appreciate the spirit, your spirit team that came through to use me. I thank the Alpha and Omega for protecting me, for sending them to me to use me for your sake, for your benefit. For that is our purpose. That is our dharma. And we deliver it graciously. We are grateful. I love you just like I love me because that is my capacity. I love the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega that made me, that made thee, to be the infinite intelligence breathing. Because that word lives, beloved. It does. It is not dead. As you take a breath, you are the living word. We are it. We are pixels and pieces of the body, beloved. And I'm getting when we can see self and we can see things differently, when we can look out and we can see the truth, I'm getting it will change everything. See the star that is you so that you can do what you came to do. To the next now. This was done. Love you.